Hey, this is the Fight Nerd, and joining me now is Rob Constance, who is the promoter of the Ultimate Absolute No-Gi Grappling Tournament here in New York City. Rob, how's it going today?
Everything was good, Matt. How are you today?
I'm doing good now. You got one show in the bank last year, the first ever edition of the Ultimate Absolute, and you've got another one coming up later on this year. But before we get into that event, let's first talk about why this Ultimate Absolute tournament exists and how it got started in the first place.
You know, it was a couple of us just sitting around, and basically what we were doing is complaining about the grappling scene right now. Like I said, not putting any of the grappling tournaments down. Like I said, of course we have the Federation, the IFBJ. You have Grapple Splash, you have Nagas, you have Long Island Pride. But you know what it is? Some of the times the rules are a little restrictive. Do you know what I mean? For the fighters. So sometimes, like I said, you see like advantage point, disadvantage point. I'm not really a big fan of that as far as like seeing a guy win a match on like advantage. I'd rather see a guy win either on decisive points or a submission. So what we did was we kind of like got all the rules that we enjoy, or we really like, pretty similar to Abu Dhabi, but just kind of changed a couple things around. And, we figured we'd give it a shot.
All right, now you got some pretty big names at the first show, so how are you able to round up all that high-level grappling talent for that first show?
It was a lot of legwork because, like I said, I've never done anything like this before. So to get a hold of guys that I've never even spoke to before and like convince them that I was willing to fly them to New York, put them up in a hotel, offer $10,000 cash, $1,000 submission bonus. Like it definitely took a lot of convincing, like going on the internet and finding like where they were, if they were on BJJ Heroes, or Googling them and finding out what school they taught at, then getting a number to the school and then calling and waiting for people to call me back. So it was definitely like a lot of work.
Now just give us a quick rundown of some of the guys who competed at the last show for the listeners who weren't familiar with that.
The last show, wow, you had Andre Gaval, who was the Abu Dhabi Absolute weight class winner, Davi Ramos, Bushesha, Braganetto, Cyborg, Daniel Bracey, Admar Barbosa. I think off the top of my head, those are the top ones that I can really think of right now. And Rustin Shev, the kid from K Dojo, who actually had a slot at Abu Dhabi but got injured prior to going. But what a really tough wrestler / grappler he was. So yeah, he actually came in second. Vinny Magalhaes, can't forget Vinny Magalhaes, who came in third place. I think he's the M1 light heavyweight champ, plus an amazing jiu-jitsu guy. So yeah, we had a good field of talent at the last show.
Yeah, definitely. It was a star-studded event for such high-level grapplers. Now, again, just tell us a little bit more about what the rules of the show are, and what are the stakes for the winners. You mentioned a little bit about the cash prizes, so what's the ultimate purse here for the guy who wins and takes out the number one spot?
Well, here's the thing. The ultimate prize is $10,000 cash, but if you win every match by submission, that's an extra $4,000. So you have the potential to win up to $14,000 in one shot.
That's a good day.
$1,000, yeah, it's $1,000 for every submission you get. And the reason why we did that is because, listen, I don't want to see guys get a takedown or get a guard pass and then stall for the first 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then 7, 8 minutes of watching a guy just stall. To me, that's boring. So the incentive was offer $1,000 for submissions and make guys work. Now, what happened for the last event was there's 8 matches, the first round, and out of the first 8, 7 were done by submission. So I was like, man, I wasn't really expecting that, but it makes for an exciting show, though.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm sure it made your bank account slightly lower as well.
Sufficiently lower, but that's okay. Like I said, the people that were there enjoyed the show. People said good things about it. They really enjoyed the fact that it was such high-level people and such an intimate environment. Because one of the things I don't like about tournaments is that they're usually held in gymnasiums or armories. And I get the fact that you want to have 8 or 10 matches going on, fill up the people. But you know what I don't like? I don't like sitting in the bleacher, I can't see the fight, or there's 3 or 4 fights that I want to see. Or if I stand up, I'm getting pushed against the railing and there's people behind me and I can't see either way. So we did it in a more intimate sitting at the Hotel Pennsylvania in the ballroom, chairs around the mat, 3 rows, one match at a time. So basically, like I said, you can come in and you can really enjoy each match.
Now, are you doing the second show at the same venue this year?
Same venue, Hotel Pennsylvania, the Gold Ballroom. And we're gonna extend the mat space a little bit more. So because what we had, if you remember, we were there. We had the stage all the way in the back room. We're taking out the stage, to add more space for chairs and more mat space. So it's going to be a little bit bigger this time.
It's going to be bigger in terms of size, but I hear that it's going to be a little bit smaller in terms of weight classes this year. So tell us about who's going to be competing at the second show.
Man, this is I'm really excited about this second show because, like, man, it was just the who's who of talent. Like, first on the roster is like Ryan Hall, like, you know, the creator of the 50/50, an amazing competitor. Like, you know, I'm really excited about him. JT Torres from Lloyd Irvin, you know, he's just the phenom. Johnny Grippo, he's the Henzo Gracie brown belt rather, but he's always on the scene. He's winning a lot of championships. Justin Rader, who's a Rafael Lovato Jr. Black belt, another great guy. Denny Procopos, he's a brown belt under. Actually, I think he's a brown belt under Eddie Bravo. Mark Ramos, he's right out here out of Jersey. He's Escobedo. Riley Bodycomb, and it was funny about Riley Bodycomb. He's a sambo guy, and a lot of guys, it's funny that I talk to, really don't know who he is, but he's an amazing leg lock technician. So that's really going to add a lot to the competition. Samuel Braga, Hanan Voorhees, and we have a guy out of Long Island, Ramon Flores out of Kyoto, Wilson Hayes, Bruno Forsato out of Atos, Bruno Malfastine. Like I said, so there's like really that's the top guys that are going to be in the bracket this year. So it's really going to be an amazing show.
It sounds like it so far. Now, also, are there going to be any super fights at the show in between the rounds, or is this going to be the straight tournament?
It's going to be a straight tournament. We were originally going to try and do a super fight, but I was just, you know what it was? I was just having so many problems trying to get like the super fight that we wanted. It was just tough because my original idea was I wanted this super fight. I wanted Marcelo Garcia versus Rafael Mendez. I thought that would have been a great super fight. Or I wanted Andre Galval, who's actually the winner of the last tournament, against Cyborg. So, I'm kind of like playing to win. But, with everything going on, I might just go with a straight tournament and save the super fight for the next tournament.
All right, now, speaking of the next tournament, are you guys planning on sticking with just this invitational format, or are you going to do maybe an open format tournament for an upcoming show?
Here's the thing. We talked about it real briefly, but what I like about this is the invitation only. And I'm not saying it's as big as or as good as, but the fact that, like I said, we can select who we want. Basically, it's just like it's. I want this guy. I want to see this guy fight. I want to see. And basically, either you've won a world title, or you've competed in the top 3 at the Worlds, Pan Am's, Abu Dhabi. We're trying to keep it within that guideline. We want to keep it like at a high level. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. All right, now, Rob, how do we find out more about the Ultimate Absolute Tournament?
Excuse me?
How do we find out more information about the Ultimate Absolute Tournament online?
So basically, I just want to know if people also know, listen, like I said, unlike most tournaments, when you go to these tournaments and they have, like, the lousy hot dog or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a Snickers bar, we're having the event catered. So basically, we're going to have, like, antipasto, like the last one, we're serving, sodas, juice. We're going to have hors d'oeuvres. We're going to have dessert. We're also going to have a cash bar. So basically, included in the price of the ticket, like I said, you can go up, you can get food, but eating good food, while you're at the tournament.
Real food.
Have a cash bar, so if you want to have a cocktail between rounds, you can go up and have a cocktail. So like I said, we're trying to make it a very, like, classy, high-end event in New York City. It's just where even after the event's over, you can go out and, like, have a good time.
Are we going to get any Brazilian barbecue at this event?
No, definitely no Brazilian barbecue.
All right, that's for next time then.
For sure. We actually have a website, www.ultimateabsolutenyc.com. So we're going to start posting a lot of stuff on there. And then we're going to have a Facebook page, but on Grappling Weekly, the Abu Dhabi website, we're going to start posting stuff on there. So we're going to actually start giving out the names of all the competitors. So actually, you're the first person that knows a majority of the names on the roster.
So we're breaking news here, so you guys definitely want to check that out. February 25th, Hotel Pennsylvania. It's going to be a stacked card. You guys heard it here first. Rob, thank you for your time tonight. We're looking forward to seeing this next event you're doing.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate your